Sophia Harris here, Law Global Consulting Chief Consultant. Thanks for tuning in. And we wanted to discuss briefly with you today some tips for running your digital business or your regular brick and mortar business. So, are you incorporating in your value proposition features, resources, value that is of value to your target market? And there are certain trends, globally that the modern consumer has learned to anticipate and expect. So if you're not offering a variety of, for example, payment options, omni-channel touch points, a seamless customer experience, are you even trying to compete internationally, globally? Or are you still trying to just get a piece of the local pie? Think big, dream big, and that's how you accomplish great things. They say great entrepreneurs and success stories, people who really go after it and accomplish great things, always tend to have a vision of the future that is much different from the business environment they operate in today. Be visionary, be bold, do your research, have a budget, have a plan. We help with plans. Planning is essential. But be prepared to execute and take calculated risks. When I read a case study, and I'm going to share that blog or case study with my people on my mailing list in May. It's a case study that took a brief look at CNN Plus and its very, very quick demise. As you know, they launched, and within a month, in collaboration with Discovery Plus, they took down CNN Plus because they didn't think it was going to be viable. And there's a school of thought that they took a concept that was very niche, very blue ocean, very targeted to creating a new space, which is CNN, which at the time when CNN came about was very, very unique in its value proposition. And they tried to compete with the big players that offer a much wider variety of scope and type and a wide plethora of offering in terms of content. And so immediately they realized, this was a bad idea. And as much as they were garnering subscriptions at a decent rate, it was minuscule in terms of what they projected. And they do say, if you're going to fail, fail fast. Don't be afraid to fail, because failure there is foundation and building blocks of greater successes in the future if you take the lessons. So CNN Plus is a case in point, and if you're on my mailing list, you'll see LGC Connects. We send out a newsletter every month with suggested reading and tips and insights. You'll see the article, the blog that talks about the strategy and the thinking behind the launch and behind the quick pull. Experimentation is essential to innovation, and innovation and pivoting, in order to do that successfully in these times of uncertainty, you have to be an agile business. Is your business model agile? Are you recruiting people who are constantly learning and flexible and open-minded? Is your culture one of innovation, open-mindedness, and experimentation? There's so many components to the modern business that will ensure that you are able to compete globally. So I'm talking to you about, your value proposition. Do you have a digital platform? How many touch points do your consumers have to touch, and is the message uniform? What is their customer journey? Who is your target market? Do you have the scope and variety of products and services that the modern consumer expects to find? Are you integrated? Are you part of a larger ecosystem that can facilitate all of their diverse needs and flexible needs as they go along their consumer journey? Are you taking care of them in a more holistic and comprehensive way, or are you just giving them a product, selling them something? Are you adding value to their lives? Are you meeting their new hierarchy of needs? Are you really conducting a business of the future, hiring and recruiting and having a business model that will compete sustainably? Or are you just competing locally, just trying to get a piece of the pie? Do you want to compete, or do you want to carve out a niche, a business model, a value proposition that is unique to a certain segment, a certain need in the market that you have discovered has not been serviced? Blue ocean. very strategic. Don't just do what everyone else is doing. And a consultant like LGC can help you craft the strategy, strategic plan, the direction, the business model, all of it to help steer you in the direction that you need to go to really fulfill your dream in a very unique way. There's another thing that I wanted to mention, a question that someone asked me recently. Oh yes, upskilling. I remember having a conversation with a client recently, and I said to the client, they asked me, what do I recommend that they do outside of just, typical business strategy, business development strategy and tactics. And I said, well, skills. Everyone should be focusing on not only attracting the right people with the right skill sets for the business model of the future and the business of the future, but upskilling. And I would just say everyone focus on upskilling yourselves as well on a more individual level. When was the last time you learned a new skill? When was the last time you learned to do something new that can make you more marketable, make you more attractive to recruiters, and also make you more relevant and indispensable, aligned with the direction the business or your business is going? I do courses. If you know me, you know I'm always learning, I'm always studying, I'm always doing new things. And I actually did an Inter-American Development Bank course that was offered online. It was called, let me tell you what it was called, because I just finished it this morning, Toward the Next Generation of Investment Promotion Agencies. So it's a course to teach you how to promote your country or your region to FDI, foreign direct investment. And I thought, I have to do this because I'm so passionate about Brand Jamaica and about promoting my country and my region. I've always been involved in either manufacturing or promoting our brand and our assets to the world. And so I said, I really would love to learn more and be certified more in how to promote a country and a nation, a destination to the world strategically. And so I did the IDB course and I finished it this morning, and it was very, very informative. And I'll be posting my certification on LinkedIn and on my website. But always invest in yourself. No one can take that from you. And it just makes you have more to offer, more insight, more exposure. Famous philosophers, I don't know if it's Socrates, they always say, he and she who knows not that they know not. Is that how it goes? Is very wise, right? When you know that you don't know everything, that is the ultimate level of wisdom. Listen, learn, observe, be patient, your time will come. Absorb as much as you can. Open your mind, because the world is changing so rapidly, and the minute you think you know everything and that you've arrived is when you're going to be left behind. Now, thank you for tuning in, and I hope this video was helpful. Have a good one.